divorce that we are observing in our society. That is the reason why we invite to you today a man of God. I will let him introduce himself.
My name is Pastor Charles Obinwanne. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you, Pastor Charles. As I said earlier, we discovered that out of 100 couple married, more than 50% of them divorce 3 years after their marriage. How do we explain that high level of divorce? How do we explain that? How do we explain that rate of divorce that we are observing not only in Nigeria but in Africa generally?
Thank you. I think the reason for this high rate of divorce in our society is that many of us doesn't know what we are looking out for in marriage. That's why we see the high rate of divorce. And secondly, as human beings, we have three aspects of life. We have our spirit, we have our soul, we have our body. Our spirit communicates to God. You're supposed to know whether you have the same spirit with the person you are partnering with. Does he have the spirit of God in him? We have our soul. You know what those traits you are looking for in your partner. For example, a woman, you're supposed to be careful because this man is whom that is going to be taking your decision in that marriage. He's going to be leading. The man also supposed to be careful because your wife will also be the one to train your children. So what are those qualities, those social life that he possess or she possess as your wife? That is the soul aspect of it, and it is based on this that you people will be having that interaction. You have to sit down and talk. What kind of understanding does she have? What kind of understanding does he have? And another one is the body. But I found out that many of us we ignore the soul, we ignore the spirit, we start relationship with the body, which is the sexual aspect of it, and before you know it, you have gotten committed into a relationship with the wrong person. Because to ladies, what they value most is their body, and you see them finding it very difficult to opt out. Maybe along the line, the person will take in blah 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 blah. You see the person now get into marriage with the person he knows that he cannot afford to deal with. Thank you. That's the major reason for all this divorce. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. I would like to know, what advice do you have to give to people that are not yet married but are preparing to get married? What advice do you have for them?
What the advice I have for the single one is that before you get into any relationship with somebody, you must outline things that you know that are pushing you towards an opposite sex. Maybe what you want in your man, what you want in your woman. Outline it if they are 10 in number. Now with that standard, now you now look into the person's life and see whether the person can score maybe 70% or 80%. If the person can be able to score 70, 80, you can see that this person to an extent is manageable. You can bear it. And also we cannot forget the fact that they say that riches and gold are from the father, but a prudent wife, a prudent husband also, is from the Lord. Based on your rating, what standard are you using? Are you using a Christian standard? Have you known if this person is used to go to church? Have you known his faith, his belief? All these things are things that you must look out for, so that God will now bless you with a quality husband or quality wife. Thank you.
All right, so if I understand, for people that are not yet married, if I get you very well, before they enter into marriage, they should first of all describe what they want. If I'm a man, for example, which type of woman I want. Is it somebody that is respectful? Is it somebody that know how to cook? Is it somebody that has Jesus in his life? I must describe it. Yes. Then when I meet that woman, I will now look at her attitude to see if she match with the person I'm looking for. Same thing with a woman too. If I'm looking for a man, I should be able to know which type of man I'm looking for. All right, I will now want to know, what advice do you have for people that are already in the marriage and they are having challenge? What advice do you have for them?
Thank you. For the ones that are in marriage already, I think the mistake has been done. And in Christianity, we don't advise people to divorce. Yes, we don't advise people to divorce, because when you divorce, your life has been in shambles. Maybe you have 2 or 3 kids, you have put such children in jeopardy, their life in jeopardy, because as a parent you may not be able to raise a child or children all alone. There are some things they need from their dad, there are some things they need from their mom. Yes. Now I advise you to focus on the good qualities of your husband. They will serve as what? Encouragement. They will encourage you. And also you have to be prayerful. Pray. God can change people. There's nothing too hard for the Lord to do. You pray and always remember your prayer, your family in prayer, your husband, your partner, and I bet you God must answer to it. He is far much worthy to do everything. He is far much worthy to do everything. There is nothing too hard for him to do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pastor Charles. If I get you very well, according to you, for people that are already into marriage and they are having challenges, they don't know, am I going to divorce or am I going to continue like this? According to you, it is not advisable to divorce because it will affect the life of the children. And what you are going to do is to focus on a positive aspect of your husband, to focus on a positive aspect of your wife, to work on it, to improve it, and then don't forget to pray, because God can do everything. There's nothing God cannot do. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. If this is your first time you are watching this video, please subscribe, share. You know why we opened the channel is to help people to reduce the rate of divorce in our society. People will marry today and 6 months later they will divorce. People will marry today, 1 year later they are no longer together. It is not good. So we need to do something to stop it. If you have your personal experience in terms of relationship and you want to share with us, we are ready to come to your place and to have a video like you, do a video like you, like we are doing right now, so that we can share it for people to take advice from it. Thank you very much.